So my name is Bethany Rice, and I work at Music Therapy Services, which is located on Beachmont Avenue over in Anderson Township. I've been there for almost 2 years now, and we provide music therapy services to the community. And we do a lot of different, populations. We see all sorts of people in our practice, and I do the perinatal music therapy work. So that's probably primarily what I'll be talking about today. But I also work with kids and adults with autism and developmental delays, traumatic brain injuries, and I also do some work in our hospice contracts as well. So I kind of do a whole variety of different things, and so does our practice. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
me.
so cool. So when you say music therapy services, what does that look like? What is a typical
Yes, so
session with
music.
your, go ahead.
Sure. No, that's a good question. So for people who don't know what music therapy is, it is an allied health profession in which music is used within a therapeutic relationship with a board certified music therapist. And all of our music therapists at Music Therapy Services are board certified. So we are credentialed. We have at least a bachelor's degree in music therapy.
Awesome.
And yeah, so sessions look different for everyone. And we try to be as client-centered as possible and really cater to the needs of our clientele and what they are hoping to accomplish in their sessions.
Okay.
So we do a variety of different music experiences depending on what people's preferences are. So for example, sometimes we will improvise music, make it up on the spot. We can also create songs and do songwriting projects or create, recordings of songs, CDs, that kind of thing. We can do um, just music listening and talking about the lyrics and processing through things that way, or through movement or dance, all sorts of different ways to do it. So
Yeah,
it really just depends on the person and what kind of music they're interested in and what they're interested in accomplishing through the music therapy. So
that makes sense that it would depend on who you're working with. I imagine it looks very different if you're working with a pregnant woman or person to a baby, to an elderly person, or someone with special needs.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
that is so cool. How did you get into this work?
Good question. I have been a musician for most of my life, and I was interested in using music to help others. And I thought about doing music education for a while, and I really just wanted to do work that was one-on-one,
Okay.
and that could help people kind of um, experience music the way that I personally have experienced music in kind of this healing therapeutic way. So I got my bachelor's degree in music with an emphasis in violin, and then I went back for my music therapy equivalency degree and got my credential. And I started doing music, uh, like perinatal music therapy specifically, just because I've always been interested in helping to empower women and to give them choices and just support them in their life and what they do as much as possible. And I have seen in my own life how music has helped me to um, just, yeah, be a more holistic individual, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I was just interested in bringing that to women, especially in the arena of childbirth, which is an exciting and amazing time of transition in someone's life.
Yeah,
So,
you've mentioned that word a couple times when we've talked, which is transformative. And
hmm.
I want to hear more about that, how music and can help you through the transformations of life, through the transitions of life.
Yeah, absolutely. So music is something that can kind of carry time in a different way. It's something that can stay consistent through a transition, but can also change as a transition is happening. So if you're thinking about labor, for
Mm-hmm.
example, that is something that the music can kind of carry the time, keep a beat, give you something to focus on, but
Yeah.
then also it can kind of morph and change and be whatever kind of support you need it to be. It can get faster, slower, louder, swell, or different things that kind of go along with whatever you're experiencing. So it
Yeah.
can really help to ease these transitions for mothers in labor specifically, as well as, you know, babies as they are entering the world,
Yeah.
all the way through life, and then all the way through, you know, in our hospice work, we also kind of help with that transition at the end as well. So it's just a powerful tool that we use through all of those different transitions.
That
So
is so cool. I was with a mom in labor yesterday, and I
that's
think she's okay.
right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, which is why this is rescheduled. And I don't think she'll
Right.
mind if I share with you. I'm not going to share any identifying details. But when it came time to pushing, um, she turned on Eminem, and it was this like really,
Yes.
it was awesome. And wow, it
Yeah.
really helped her with that transition into this, like she needs to pull energy where she didn't know that she
Hmm.
had energy stored. Um, and it was
Yeah.
the same music that she had listened to when she was running and did marathons. So I think that's
Wow.
so cool. How can people
Yeah.
identify like what kind of music is going to be helpful for them
In labor
in
specifically,
life? Sure,
or in life?
in life.
That's a good question. So yeah, it really depends on what you're drawn to and what the music does for you, I would say. So for example, I in our perinatal work, we can work with our perinatal clients to create playlists for their labor.
Okay.
And you won't just want one kind of music for your labor because it's going to change and there are going to be all these different phases and transitions even within that.
Yeah.
So, you know, we can create, and again, it depends on what you're looking for and what you like. So
Right.
for some clients, we would do rap and we would do hip hop and we would do or pop or dance or even salsa music or something to get you moving and
Hmm.
through that kind of phase where you are trying to get moving and work your body through this phase.
Yeah.
And then for the next phase of labor, you might just want something really grounding and
Hmm.
really just that helps you focus your energy in, or maybe is a good pace to help you breathe through contractions or something like that. So
Yeah.
um, they, you kind of choose different things to help with different aspects of these transitions. And then always at the end, I like to add in a playlist of lullabies that can
Oh, I
then be
love this,
just for that
Bethany.
special time. Yeah, that special time once the baby has been born. Then you know, I also can work with clients to create their own lullabies that they can sing to the baby too. But then just having these soft songs that kind of welcome the child into the world and also create just a nice, comfortable, calm atmosphere for everyone.
Yeah.
So,
Can you share more about that? I've heard in different realms that babies can remember the music that their mother played to them in the womb or that their dad sung to them while they were
mhm.
growing, and then recognize
Yes,
that voice or that song later. Is there
yes.
truth to that?
Yes, there is. Yeah, so typically, what we've found in the research is that babies start to hear and recognize their parents' voices. I believe it's around 25 weeks.
Okay.
So it's pretty, I guess, midway through the pregnancy. They're starting to recognize their parents' voices and to respond to them. And what we can do and one thing that is called creating a song of kin. Actually, this is a specific technique that we can use in our music therapy sessions,
Okay.
is where we take a song that maybe the parents have that has a special meaning to them and
Hmm.
help them turn it into a lullaby for their child that they
Oh
can
my
then sing
goodness.
to them. And we can do, I mean, like you said, we can do like Eminem, we can do Prince, we can do Queen, we can do Justin Bieber, whatever song that they think has has a fun and special meaning to them.
Yeah.
And we kind of put a lullaby spin on it. And then that's something that they can sing to the child through their pregnancy and then also after they're born. And what we've seen in the research is that it helps ease that transition of, um, being outside of the womb, because that is one thing that they've been hearing consistently throughout the time that they were inside mom. So
Very cool.
that's yeah, and it's something that can then help them to self-regulate a little bit after they're born. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
also just a special bonding thing between parents and baby. And
Very cool.
yeah, so it's also kind of cool because it passes along this special piece of mom and dad's culture to the child early on. And it's this song that they kind of have a special connection with, and that's a really neat part of it too.
Yeah. So Trisha Phillips said, "This is so cool." Um, and then Melody
Yay!
Smith said, "My in-womb baby seems to prefer my favorite song as well, which is Habanera from Carmen."
Habanera!
Yeah.
Ooh, nice choice. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And I think that's so
Very
neat. So
cool.
I imagine that women or people are listening into their babies to like hear what soothes them or what makes them
Yeah.
like, start moving a lot more.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So you're saying that moms or families or people can choose a song that is special to them and then
Hmm.
transform that into, with your help, a lullaby that they can then sing with their baby
Yes.
that is
Yeah.
specific
So
to their family.
yes. Or specific, you can do it for multiple kids too. So you can do,
Oh,
a song for this kid and a song for this kid, and it can be, yeah, whatever you want it to be. And we actually, so at our practice, we actually have like a prenatal music therapy package that you can
okay.
buy, which is 4 sessions. Or you can do just one or two of those sessions. So basically what we offer is one of those sessions in our prenatal package is creating a lullaby, which we meet up and we talk about what song you might want to use for your child, and then we can maybe slow it down, put it in a lullaby tempo. I can bring my guitar, we sing through it, we decide what words we want to have
Nice.
to the song that maybe are about the baby or about that connection.
Yeah.
And then we also can record it so that can remember it, and then keep that melody in your head.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, ultimately you can play the recording if you're not comfortable with singing, but I think, baby really does prefer
Yeah.
their mother's voice, and so their parents' voices. So it can just be a neat way of kind of connecting, all of that to that relationship, which is
Very
really
cool.
special.
I don't want to put you
Yeah.
on the spot, but is there a place that we could listen to some examples?
Ooh, I don't have any that are I know music therapists who have done this who have videos on YouTube. I don't have any that clients have released permission for me
Right.
to publish online.
Sure.
But there's a music therapist in Utah who I think she has a video on YouTube of a birth song that she created. So I could
Very
link
cool.
that.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds just so neat and like something I've never even heard of. Uh, Wonderful. I think that a lot of parents are interested in hearing how they could maybe help their baby sleep. Sleep is
Mm.
huge, and everybody needs
Yeah.
sleep. Like a baby needs sleep, parents need sleep. Is there a way to
Yes.
integrate music therapy into helping the whole family get some good rest?
Yes, and that's one thing in our prenatal package that we do is we actually do a postpartum visit, so we
Oh,
can
cool.
talk about any of those issues that might be coming up for mom and baby. So yeah, sleep is a big one, and that can be a really hard transition for everyone. And we can absolutely use music and playlists and music relaxation techniques for mom and baby that they can then practice outside of that session.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we can absolutely address that. One thing that we also do I wish I had it with me. We have this really cool drum that we also use that it's kind of hard to explain. It's called an ocean disc, and it's this drum with these little beads in it, and you kind of I guess you kind of spin it around a little bit. It kind of has an ocean type sound, but it
Yeah.
actually it simulates the womb environment. And so that tool, along with some other different instruments, can actually then help the baby to feel like they're still hearing the sounds in the environment of the womb, which can also be a really soothing thing to try if your kiddo is having a hard time with sleep.
Yeah, what is this
Just
called?
because that is an it's called an ocean disc. I
Okay.
believe it's sold by Remo, which is a instrument company.
But it's something that you
And
have and can bring to postpartum
yes,
visits? Oh, that's so
yes,
cool.
yeah.
I
So
love that.
yeah,
Trisha Phillips said, "Is this local to Cincy?"
it is. Yes, we work within the 275 loop. And then if you are outside of that, depending on where we meet up, if you come to our offices or if we go to you, there might be somewhat of an additional charge for our mileage. But yeah, we see people all around the Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky areas. So
Wonderful.
yes,
And then
absolutely.
Cassie, um, with a B, says, or Cassie, and her last name starts with B, says, "My kiddos definitely calm down much better with a song or two before bed. Bethany may laugh, but I use a lot of our old choir tunes."
Yes, Cassie is my childhood friend, and we
Nice.
were in choir together for a long time, so that's awesome. I'm
That
glad
is
her kids are
wonderful.
learning all those fun choir tunes.
Yeah. Well, it
Yeah,
seems to me
nice.
that like music from your past can really play a part in centering you later and bringing you
Yeah.
back to that moment where you felt really powerful or you felt really confident. Even if you're
Yes.
not feeling that right now, you
Hmm.
can embody that in the moment, whether it's in pregnancy, birth, or postpartum. Would you say we can pull songs from our past?
Yes, and that's absolutely something we would look into when we do our if we do a session talking about birth music, because yeah, you will want songs that really remind you of times when you felt strong or happy or confident or grounded. And we can, I mean, Spotify is great. You can put it all in there. You can have, even just a playlist of really confidence boosting kind of anthem songs to get
Yeah.
you in that mental space where you'd like to be for your birth. So, yeah, absolutely. That's a
Wonderful.
great way to use it. Hmm.
Awesome. So I think we've touched on the people that can benefit from your services. Can you think of anybody else that can benefit from services that you provide there at Music Therapy?
Yeah. So like I said, we see a variety of people, and it's not just prenatal. We see kids and adults and everyone in between, babies, etc. And so anyone who feels like they connect with music and could use it to accomplish therapeutic goals, we can see.
Awesome.
So that includes, all ages, all musical abilities. There's there's not really anyone anyone that we wouldn't see,
Awesome.
just as long as you have that connection with music and want to use it to help reach your goals. And we actually, if someone is interested in our services, we do three free 30-minute phone consultations.
Cool.
So if they're interested, they can give us a call. I'll link our office information below. With our website, you can do email inquiries or you can call us, and we can just talk with you about your needs or your child's needs and what music therapy services could look like for you specifically. So, and that's free. We can then send you all of our information, and we can set up appointments from there. So that's kind of the
Wonderful.
process.
That is so cool. I just love all of this. Um, it seems like we've covered a lot of our questions, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any others in the comments. Is there anything else that you wanted to share today with families who are curious and looking for more information, or would like to
Yeah,
come to
I
maybe a
would
sample class, or if you have any events coming up?
Yeah, I don't have any events coming up that I can think of off the top, but if anything comes up, I'll be sure to post it in
Awesome.
in the network page, or I'll share it with
Wonderful.
you. And so, yeah, we've done, different events and things here and there. So definitely look out for that. And I'll link our website below too. It has a
Awesome.
lot of information just on music therapy in general
Mhm.
and what it can mean for different populations. And it has different links up, and so that might have some helpful information as well. And then, yeah, feel free to contact me too if there are any specific questions that you have about music therapy. I'd love to address those in the comments or over the phone or email. So
Awesome. Do you mind
definitely,
doing a recap
yeah.
of what services you do provide? Like what we've kind of gotten an overview of all that you do,
Mhm.
but specifically what services that I could share maybe with my doula clients that you provide.
Yes. So like I said before, we do it's like a prenatal music therapy package, almost
Right.
like a doula package would be, where you have a certain amount of visits, and then, but we're not there for the live births,
Right.
but we do 4 visits, and I actually have the flyer here, but
Oh, cool.
I can actually link that to the page too.
Perfect.
So I'll write down to do that.
Awesome.
And basically, this is 4 sessions,
Mm-hmm.
and the first session is actually just focused on self-care for mom. And this, again, can be very specific to what her needs are, whether it's sleep or if she's having any sort of physical discomfort or if there's stress involved with her
Yeah.
pregnancy. We can just address all of those needs. And we do music assisted relaxation and just kind of go through different techniques that she can use throughout the pregnancy then.
Yeah.
Um, our second session is the lullaby creation, which I talked about,
Yeah.
which I think I touched on most of those points, but that's again writing and recording this song for parents and baby.
Awesome.
Um, the third session is creating a it's called a music assisted childbirth plan,
Mm-hmm.
and it can be integrated in whatever birth plan that the parents have already. So making playlists talking about what kind of music experiences could be helpful during labor, and then we do a lot of discussion during that session, and then I actually go back, create all of the playlists, and kind of compile them, and then share
Oh,
them.
nice.
So it's kind of some discussion, and then I do a lot of the background work on that.
Awesome.
And then, like I said, we also do a postpartum visit where we address any of those other needs, sleep or self-regulating for mom and baby, maybe integrating the siblings into this new relationship and having them be a part of the lullaby singing and sharing in
Great.
that kind of experience. And
Awesome.
we can kind of do all of that depending on what the mom needs, what the dad needs, what siblings need, what baby needs. So it looks different for everyone, but that's kind of our general outline, which I will post to the page. So
Perfect. Yeah, and I will make sure to share
yeah,
that as well. Well, thank you so much,
great.
Bethany, for coming on today. I know
Yeah,
that a lot of
absolutely.
people,
Thank you.
yeah, and thank you for being a part of the network and sharing your gifts with all of Cincinnati. Uh, it's
I
really
My pleasure. Yeah,
good. Awesome. Well, you
great.
all can find Bethany at in the comments below. She'll share her links and the flyer, and then we will be sure to post that information both on our wall and in the pregnancy, birth, and parenting support group.
Awesome. Great. Thanks
Okay.
so much, Molly.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everyone. So that wraps up our Cincinnati birth and parenting show. I hope that you enjoyed this live interview. You can find the replay on YouTube, and it will also be posted on our blog. Again, you can find Bethany's information on the Cincinnati Birth and Parenting Network, cincinnatibirthandparenting.net. Real quick, I want to give a plug for our the event coming up next Sunday, May 6th, from 1 to 3 p.m. We will be on the corner of Ludlow and Clifton in Clifton. Um, alongside the March for Moms and with a local Improving Birth rally, and just really talking about improved maternal health care in the United States and specifically Cincinnati for this event. So make sure to stay tuned, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching.